If you've noticed looking at these, the fancy pants ones off to the side where they do cool stuff that may be beyond what we've figured out so far, like this, it's a gradient. There's not an option here to get a gradient for your color. You get one color, and you better be happy with it. This one down here, that's not even a gradient. That's like a picture of some cool spacey thing that we don't know what to do with. Then there are the ones with the cool little dots overlaid on an image. So the way we do those is by playing with the foreground and background colors, and the other option is with the blended. So the blended one, you pick an image that it will put the QR code on top of. So let's go with this one. You pick where you want the dots to live. And so it figures out the light and the dark to make the circles white or black. And that may not be quite as cute as the little dog, but it still works. The other option is to make these cool things show up here. What you're able to do is change the foreground color, and it makes the image out of, or it makes the QR code out of your image. So we can go with something like this. And so it turned the picture into the QR code. And it may not work because of the contrast, where you have lights and darks that aren't supposed to be light and dark where they are. And so again, you have to check your code to see if it works. But maybe something a little bit more likely to work would just be searching for something like diamond metal, so you can make a really manly QR code, or rainbow. So different options there. Just make sure that it works before you print it and give it to your students. Now, if you really want to get fancy and use some Photoshop, you can do even cooler stuff. So here is one that I made where it's an overlay on top of another picture. So I didn't just make a QR code and slap it on top there. I had to do a little bit more work, and it would have been easier with some of the features that Azon has now. But I started with just a plain apple. I zoomed in and took out a piece of its skin with some Photoshop, and somehow Google had a picture of the inside of an apple. So I took that. So I made the apple bite the foreground, I made the apple skin the background, and that made its own little QR code, which then I photoshopped and put on top of the plain apple, and that's how I got that. So if you want to spend the time making a really difficult but neat QR code, then that's how to do it.